Hello, good evening, and welcome to another interesting edition of Wealth Creation through Industrialization. I am Hadiza Olaoshibiko. On tonight's program, we shall bring you the concluding segment of our two-part series on the highlights of BOI's activities in 2013, which was also another progressive and remarkable one for the bank. Today, we will showcase some of the memorable moments of the bank as it deepened collaboration with more domestic and foreign development partners to transform Nigeria's industrial sector in line with BOI's mandate. Sit back and enjoy the package. In the course of 2013, the Bank of Industry continued its collaboration with both its domestic and foreign development partners in order to ensure that the micro, small and medium enterprises in the country are well positioned to meet international standard. One of the major achievements in that regard was the signing of a $500 million line of credit with the African Development Bank (ADB) alongside Nigerian Export and Import Bank. The line of credit is designed to support export-oriented small and medium enterprises.
The ADB has been quite helpful in assisting to restructure the Bank of Industry. So we are like 10 years ahead of everybody because of the relationship that we started with you. It has taken 7 years to get to this place. It's been a long, interesting, sometimes tortuous journey, but we're here. And I tell you that I'm very proud to be the one signing off on this agreement. And I want to thank you, and I want on behalf of the management and staff of the Bank of Industry extend my appreciation and thanks to yourself, who stayed the line. To be honest, without the rep, we wouldn't be signing this agreement.
We are here today to then talk about this line of credit. The idea is to get $500 million facility to BOI and 200 to Nexim. Obviously, Madam Doctor, you knew we decided to go on a programmatic approach. And the idea for that is for us to ensure that we can be able to deliver while taking advantage of all the technical assistance, capacity building that will be required to face the risk that we have within those sectors. So we are confident that this program will help domestic export-oriented small and medium-sized enterprises modernize and expand their operation to be more competitive as Nigeria continues its effort to diversify its economy away from oil and gas. This program will meet the ultimate objective of inclusive growth, which is at the core of the African Development Bank long-term strategy on the continent.
In the same vein, the bank also signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Niger Delta on the establishment of fish industrial parks in all the 9 states in that region.
I think this is a great initiative that the Minister of the Niger Delta felt fit to invite the Bank of Industry to partner with it to be able to increase and change the Niger Delta space. And we believe that this new project, this transaction that we're getting ready to sign off on, marks a new beginning for our people. It gives me great pride as not just as a Nigerian, but also as a product from the Niger Delta to see this happening here today. So, Honorable Minister, sir, the Permanent Secretary, my team and I are very pleased to be here to witness this signing ceremony, and we believe that our partners from Israel will also meet their part when the time comes.
I want to first of all thank the MD of Bank of Industry for our commitment and interest to work with the Minister of Niger Delta to realize this dream. The most interesting aspect of this program is that it's going to create wealth amongst the local people. It will create hundreds and thousands of opportunities for our unemployed youths, men and women. For us as the ministry, we intend to replicate this program in all the 9 states of the Niger Delta. But we are going to start from 1 or 2 states, and then we'll extend it to the 9 states of the Niger Delta. We are partnering with BOI on the 50 to 50 basis. And as we move along, we are going to gradually withdraw, and the entire program will be owned by the local entrepreneurs that we developed by the program. So it's a very good program. We have bought into the program, and we work with the technical partners and BOI to ensure that what is expected is realized.
As the year drew closer to an end, the bank also signed another Memorandum of Understanding with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development on the establishment of a 4.3 billion naira facility to support the cassava bread initiative.
My ministry, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, is today signing another MOU with the Bank of Industry to create a facility of 4.3 billion naira to support master bakers, SMEs, and large-scale industrial cassava flour millers. A total of 1.05 billion naira will be used by the Bank of Industry to upgrade the capacity of 35 existing small-scale flour mills. This support will be provided as 50% loan, as 50% grant. The Bank of Industry will provide working capital to the tune of 425 million naira as loans to the SME cassava flour processors, and I must say at single-digit interest rate. The facility will provide the sum of 468 million naira, also as working capital loans, again at single-digit interest rate to medium and large-scale cassava flour millers. The most significant part of the facility will be for the master bakers and the industrial bakers. The facility will provide the sum of 2.2 billion naira to support the master bakers and the industrial bakers. And this will be provided as 50% loans and 50% grants. The reason is to support them to acquire new machinery and equipment.
You've done a lot all over Africa in the agri-value chain. My pleasure, my delight is that on his watch, this is happening here. I cannot tell you what we will do and what we will not do, but I can say that with the last breath I have and my staff, we're completely committed to what you're doing. The only thing I ask of the stakeholders is that they demonstrate the resilience, the commitment, the persistence that you have seen the Honorable Minister demonstrate. It's come a long way. This is a long walk for us, and it's left to you and for us to ensure that we make him as proud as he is. I'm going to count on you, and I'm going to hold you responsible. And as you know, the Bank of Industry, we don't suffer full gladly. So we're going to work very, very close on you. We're going to expect that we deliver within the timelines that we give you.
For the Bank of Industry, the year 2013 was indeed a very busy and profitable one, as the bank, alongside its supervising minister, Mr. Olusegun Aganga, played host to a high-level business delegations from both the United States of America and Brazil.
We have a strong, good environment that is competitive, that's robust, and that makes it easier for investors to do well in this economy. There's a one-stop shop for you, which has been strengthened. You have foreign affairs there, you have interior affairs there, you have all the regulatory agencies at the OSIC. So that should make your life a lot easier. Also, we have two committees there. One is Investor Care Committee, Doing Business Committee. The idea is for them to react on a day-to-day basis on the issues businesses or investors have in the country, so that we address them proactively. But I want to assure you that you made the right trip by coming to Nigeria. We hope that at the end of this trip, we'll be able to measure the success of this trip, and part of that is about the number of deals that have come out of this mission, or pipeline deals that are coming out of it. Our job is to work with you and make sure that you get to the preferred destination.
We are the tripods with one leg in government, one in the private sector, the other in the international development community. So coming into Nigeria, partnering with the Bank of Industry, you cannot go wrong. As I was explaining to some of your members on Monday evening, he told me that he tried to acquire a piece of land in the last 4 or 5 years without luck. I said, well, he's probably not beginning with the right people. If you come to the Bank of Industry, we have a relationship with all the governors, and he told me that he wanted to do business in Ondo State. I said, well, we could always reach anybody for you at the touch of the button. So we're delighted to have you in Nigeria. The statistics are out there. Nigerian market is one of the best in the world in terms of returns on investments, and we will help you navigate the Nigerian economy.
This government has the right people in the right places. We had to snatch Dr. Aganga from Goldman Sachs. From where can you get a better minister for trade and investment? And our minister of agri is as good as they come anywhere in the world. So we have the right people in the right places, the right climate, and he has, more than any other person that has been Minister of Trade in Nigeria, created the right environment for investment. And we are fortunate to have right here in Nigeria at this time a group of officials who are not only professionally competent, but they are very personable and they have excellent human relations and they relate to everybody easily.
My goal for this delegation and for this trip was that we actually leave with some viable projects that OPIC can support. And I wanted to come personally as the U.S. government's development finance institution to send a signal to the companies that are here, the 17 companies, that their government's development finance institution is bullish on Nigeria, wants to do more in Nigeria, and wants to support their investments in Nigeria. So it was really productive, and we had an opportunity to meet also with a lot of the Nigerian businesses. So there was really good matchmaking session. So it was a really successful trip.
We believe that the Industrial Cooperation Agreement that we are reaching should also be accompanied by a financial agreement. In the same manner, cooperation in the agricultural sector should also be accompanied by cooperation in the area of distribution of the products. The agreement that we'll be signing today has exactly these objectives, which aims at making it possible for us to cooperate in different sectors and areas of action for the mutual benefit of both nations. It is also our hope that within this framework, it will also be possible for sectors that are not contemplated originally in this agreement will be brought in. So we believe that the agreement framework will make it possible for us to make progress in other sectors at the same time.
If you require information about Nigeria and the environment, you talk to BOI. BOI will help support you. And BOI can also rely to some extent on the work they have done. And they can also rely on what BOI has done also. And then if they have Nigerian partners, BOI can fund the Nigerian partners, and so the two together they provide funding for that sector. So it's that nature of cooperation, co-funding projects between the two countries, for example.
We would like some training in our institutions to strengthen it, because you have been able to do a lot of what you've done because you have strengthened the institutions. Nobody has a monopoly of wisdom. We can always learn new things, and we want to learn from those who have had a similar experience to us in our lifetimes. We would like a cooperation where you strengthened our institutions, by training or even attachment. We would like a situation where we can have one or two people attached to one department to learn, just to see it. It's probably not to learn, just to see how you do it. Because when you do things only one way, you only know one way. And the better you understand the world, the better you can impact in society. It's in our mutual interest for us to learn from each other. We'd like to work with you with respect and applaud what you've done, but we'd like to benefit from it. We'd like to gain from it.
These are what we did during the Olympics in London, talking about the cultural and business exchange. So that's what we're thinking of doing in Brazil, also during the World Cup and during the Olympics in 2016. If you look at that, the guy, Wole Soyinka, is a Nobel laureate. Some of his plays were performed during the Olympics in London. And then we had Highlight Prt, Fela's son, house, where we had some made in Nigeria put on display. So we're able to link Nigerian small businesses with potential markets in the UK during the Olympics. And then visitors from other countries who were in London also came to Nigeria House and able to establish business contacts. So that's the kind of thing we're trying to replicate. We're thinking of organizing a platform, a forum, where your customers can meet with the Nigerian private sector so that they can think of areas of collaboration. Like you were saying, we're talking about cross-country investments. If it means they do joint venture in Brazil, they'll agree on how to do joint venture in Brazil. If it comes to doing joint venture in Nigeria, they'll agree on how to do joint venture in Nigeria.
Immediately after the meeting at the BOI office, the team were led to interact with Nigerian businessmen and women with the view of partnering with them.
O Brasil quer ajudar a Nigéria a ter tecnologia para a produção de arroz.
They want to help Nigeria to acquire the right technology for the production of rice.
E poderão ir ao Brasil.
We will be able to go to Brazil. That's rice producers and agricultural technologies from Nigeria will go to Brazil.
Para conhecer o sistema de produção de arroz brasileiro.
To familiarize themselves with the system of rice production in Brazil. That's the first step.
This will enable me broaden my horizon and also create a platform for me to be able to have counterparts in the same business in Brazil that can facilitate my business endeavors.
This forum has offered an opportunity for us to see the direct practitioners from Brazil having an engagement with those from Nigeria. We've also had an opportunity where, sitting side by side with the Nigerian government, we're able to engage these businessmen. The way to do is to look at areas where the expertise they have could be leveraged upon by their Nigerian counterparts to be able to benefit from that and then grow the businesses here.
Also in the year, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, alongside agencies under its ministry, which are the Bank of Industry, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, and the Industrial Training Fund, launched the National Enterprise Development Program. At the same time, it also inaugurated state officials for the program in some states across the Federation.
I am delighted to declare and to declare and flag off the beginning of NEDEP. The work starts now. The hard work starts now. But the results are enough motivation for us to do the hard work and get to where we want to get to. So on that note, we'll now inaugurate the council members for Kano. Your Excellency, with your permission, I have the honor and privilege to inaugurate this Force Council. We are all making history together. Today, Thursday, the 4th of July, 2013. Part of the responsibilities of the Council will be to register all key associations, to hold regular meetings, preferably quarterly meetings, to coordinate implementation of the national policy on MSME in the state, to ensure that a report of the meetings, activities of the State Council on MSME is sent to SMEDA and the National Council for records and further actions, to organize annual MSME stakeholders workshops on MSME's development in the state, to provide feedback to the National Council on the challenges being faced in the key sectors in the state and on training needs and support required, to ensure the creation of an enabling environment to facilitate the development of the sector, the clusters in the sector, infrastructure upgrade, access to finance, access to market, and MSME capacity development, to ensure the effective execution of the National Enterprise Development Program in Kano State. Thank you very much.
It is with great pleasure that I am officially flagging off NEDEP, the National Enterprise Development Program in Ogun State today. My ministry appreciates the efforts of the state government in providing the enabling environment to foster and to promote local entrepreneurship. It is time to build on these efforts and to change the lives of the Nigerian people we are elected to serve. We are the servants. Our job is to create it and make sure we deliver to the Nigerian people. There's no better place to deliver to the average Nigerian than this sector. And that's why if we work together, we will all make a huge difference in our great country.
I inaugurate you to the glory of God and for the benefits of the good people of Ogun State. I know that you will live up to that enviable standard that all of us from Ogun State are noted for. The minister and everybody, even when you go for the council, national council, they may invite you anytime. They will know that those of you from Ogun State were noli secondus, second to none. Thank you.
Welcome back. Those were some of the high points of the Bank of Industry's operations in 2013 and their developmental impact. Please rest assured that BOI is totally committed to propelling Nigeria's industrial sector to greater heights in 2014. The Wealth Creation crew will always be on hand to keep you posted on the bank's untiring efforts at delivering its mandate. It's on this note that we'll draw the curtain on this week's edition of Wealth Creation through Industrialization. I am Hadiza Olaoshebiko. Have yourself a wonderful and enterprising week.